Tennis is a sport of agility, speed, and fluid motion. But what happens when you stretch those fundamentals across nearly 7 feet of height? Can height alone shape a tennis career? Or is it more curse than gift? Today, we dive into the towering world of the ATP Tour to rank and explore the top 10 tallest tennis players in ATP history. These aren't just giants in stature. Many made serious waves on the professional tour. Let's unpack how each of these players leveraged or struggled with their massive frames. Nicknamed the Tower of Tandil, Juan Martín del Potro is Argentina's beloved tennis giant. Born on September 23, 1988 in Tandil, Argentina, Del Potro started playing tennis at age 7. His breakout came early. In 2008, he won 4 consecutive ATP titles, becoming the first player in ATP history to win his first 4 career titles in as many tournaments. His career peaked in 2009 when he captured the US Open title, defeating Rafael Nadal in the semifinals and then overcoming a 2-1 deficit to beat 5-time defending champion Roger Federer in the final. That win made him the first man to defeat both Nadal and Federer in the same Grand Slam. Del Potro reached a career high of world number 3 in August 2018. Throughout his career, he won 22 ATP titles and earned over $25 million in prize money. Despite being plagued by wrist injuries that required multiple surgeries, Del Potro earned admiration for his resilience and was widely considered one of the sport's nicest guys. His height allowed for a booming serve and crushing forehand, but it was his heart that defined his legacy. Marin Cilic, born September 28, 1988, in Medjugorje, Bosnia and Herzegovina, is a Croatian powerhouse who emerged as one of the most consistent tall players in ATP history. He trained under famed coach Bob Brett, who also worked with the likes of Boris Becker. Cilic turned pro in 2005 and rose steadily through the ranks. His career-defining moment came in 2014 when he won the US Open, defeating Roger Federer in the semis and Kei Nishikori in a commanding straight sets final. Cilic became only the second Croatian man to win a Grand Slam, after Goran Ivanisevic, of course, and achieved a career-high ranking of world number 3 in January 2018. He also reached the finals at Wimbledon 2017 and the Australian Open 2018, losing both times to Federer. As of July 2025, Cilic has won 20 ATP singles titles. Tall and methodical, Cilic combined his frame with deep baseline consistency, rare among players his size. Born in San Francisco on October 7, 1987, Sam Querrey was once heralded as the next big thing in American tennis. Turning pro in 2006, he quickly established himself as a serve and forehand machine. His breakthrough came in 2010 when he won 4 ATP titles in one season, including titles on clay, hard, and grass courts, showcasing rare versatility for such a big frame. He peaked at world number 11 in February of 2018. Querrey's best Grand Slam performance came at Wimbledon 2017, where he reached the semifinals, defeating defending champion Andy Murray along the way. That same year, he also made the quarterfinals of the US Open, taking out Tsonga and Misha Zverev. He retired in 2022 with 10 career singles titles, over $13 million in prize money, and a reputation as one of the tour's most dangerous servers. He once hit 10 consecutive aces in a match, tying the ATP record at the time. Chris Guccione. Australian lefty Chris Guccione was born July 30th, 1985. And though he never broke into the ATP top tier in singles, his career in doubles and Davis Cup was noteworthy. Guccione reached a career-high singles ranking of world number 67 in April 2008 and found most of his success as a doubles player, where he peaked at world number 38. In May 2014, he won 5 ATP doubles titles and was a staple in Australia's Davis Cup squad for years. Known for his huge lefty serve, Guccione thrived on fast courts and made a memorable run to the semifinals at the 2008 Los Angeles Open, where he upset Blake and Hewitt. His height allowed him to dominate at net in doubles, and his serve routinely clocked above 220 kilometers per hour, or 137 miles per hour. Dick Norman is a Belgian cult hero and one of the sport's most enduring figures. Born March 1st, 1971, he turned pro in 1991 and didn't retire until 2013, giving him a staggering 22-year career, which at the time seemed impossible. In singles, Norman peaked at world number 85 in 2006, but his most memorable moment came in 1995, when he reached the fourth round of Wimbledon as a qualifier, defeating the likes of Pat Cash and Stefan Edberg along the way. In doubles, Norman excelled late in his career, reaching the French Open final in 2009 and the Wimbledon semifinals in 2009, both with South Africa's Wesley Moody. He peaked at world number 10 in doubles in 2010. For a 6'8" player with limited movement, Norman maximized every ounce of his reach and serve. Before we break into the top 5, take a second and help grow the Hot Take Tennis community. Only 8% of you that watch our videos are actually subscribed, so if you're enjoying this deep dive into tennis's tallest legends, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for weekly content. Kevin Anderson, born May 18, 1986 in Johannesburg, South Africa, was one of the most successful tall players in the Open era. He played college tennis at the University of Illinois and turned pro in 2007. Anderson reached his first Grand Slam final at the 2017 US Open, where he lost to Rafael Nadal. His most iconic run, however, came at Wimbledon 2018, where he defeated Roger Federer in a 5-set quarterfinal and John Isner in a 6-hour semifinal before losing to Novak Djokovic in the final. That Isner match, which lasted 6 hours and 36 minutes, remains the second longest match in Grand Slam history. He reached a career-high ATP singles ranking of world number 5 in July 2018 and finished with 7 ATP singles titles. Anderson's ability to combine massive serving with solid baseline play made him a rare breed among tall players. Born November 13, 1990 in Tots, Poland, Yury Yanovich took the ATP Tour world by storm with one of the most unpredictable and electrifying styles of play. Turning pro in 2007, Yanovich rose to international fame at the 2012 Paris Masters, where he reached the final as a qualifier, defeating top players like Andy Murray and Janko Tipsarevic, before losing to David Ferrer. In 2013, he became the first Polish man to reach a Grand Slam semifinal, doing so at Wimbledon, where he defeated compatriots Lukas Kubot in a historic all-Polish quarterfinal. He eventually lost to Andy Murray in 4 sets. Yanovich reached a career-high ranking of world number 14 in August 2013. Unfortunately, injuries derailed his career. Recurring knee issues limited his ability to maintain consistency. At 6'8", Yanovich brought unpredictability, power, and a wild flair to the game. His explosive serve and fearless shot selection made him a fan favorite, and one of the biggest what-ifs in recent tennis history. John Isner, born April 26, 1985 in Greensboro, North Carolina, became synonymous with massive serving and marathon matches. He played college tennis at the University of Georgia, helping them win the NCAA title in 2007 before turning pro. Isner reached his highest career ATP ranking of world number 8 in July 2018, and holds the record for the most aces in ATP history, with 14,411 aces across his career. He won 16 ATP singles titles, including the prestigious Miami Open in 2018, his only Masters 1000 title, but he is most famous for the longest tennis match in history, defeating Nicolas Mahut in 11 hours and 5 minutes at Wimbledon 2010. With the final score 70-68 in the 5th set. Isner was the definition of a serve bot, but evolved over time, improving his net play and forehand. At 6'10", he became a consistent top 20 presence despite the movement limitations that come with such height. Riley Opelka, born August 28, 1997 in St. Joseph, Michigan, shares the honor of being the tallest ATP player in history. He trained at the USTA facility in Boca Raton and turned pro in 2015. Opelka has already won 4 ATP singles titles and reached a Masters 1000 final in Toronto 2021, where he lost to Daniil Medvedev. He reached a career-high singles ranking of world number 17 in February 2022. Opelka's serve routinely breaks the 140-mile-per-hour barrier, and he ranks in the top 5 for highest average first serve speeds on tour. He is known for his off-court personality, artistic interests, and dry humor, giving him a distinct identity. Though injuries have stalled his rise, Opelka is still active and could climb further if he can stay healthy. The tallest and arguably most iconic giant in ATP history, Ivo Karlovic, was born February 28, 1979, in Zagreb, Croatia. He turned pro in 2000 and immediately made waves by defeating defending champion Lleyton Hewitt in the first round of Wimbledon 2003, one of the biggest upsets in Grand Slam history. Karlovic used to own the all-time ATP record for most career aces, finishing with 13,728 before retiring, until Isner eventually beat that record. He reached a career-high singles ranking of world number 14 in August 2008 and won 8 ATP singles titles. Karlovic's best Grand Slam result was the quarterfinals of Wimbledon 2009, where he lost to Roger Federer. Known for his serve and volley game and dry wit, Karlovic became a cult favorite. He played well into his 40s and was the last active ATP player born in the 1970s. And there you have it, the 10 tallest men to ever compete on the ATP Tour. While height can bring devastating serves and incredible reach, it also comes with mobility and endurance challenges. Some of these giants reached Grand Slam finals, while others became legends for their sheer presence. But all of them, from Del Potro to Karlovic, showed that even in a sport built for movement and finesse, the giants can carve out their own towering legacy. Who's your favorite tennis giant? And will we ever see a 7-foot Grand Slam champion? Let us know in the comments. See you next time.